Hi dear students, how are you? After long days I getting the chance to see you. Very nice to see you dear students. I am Selvarasu. I am going to be a physics teacher for this year in Sri Vidyamandir Metric Higher Secondary School, Uttangarai. I hope you all are fit and fine at your home. And dear students, we know very well due to the corona pandemic, the whole country has locked down itself. The country is struggling with schools, teachers and lack of education. Most of the schools of the country have started online classes. Dear students, you must take advantage of this opportunity. Our school started this channel for giving them online classes to continue your study. And it is easy to make the connection with you all and to cover the syllabus and to maintain the flow of study. This connection is not limited to the class. Now, this session will available for all with the curriculum. I recommend to you take the practice, especially in physics, units and formulae, diagrams and all and other facts also. So dear students, if you have any query, you can ask in the WhatsApp. And I welcome you all to join the online classes. Okay, and stay home and stay safe. So now we are going to discuss about physics. So before, which means what is that now, studying about the lesson, we should know the subject. Without knowing the subject, so if we study about the lessons, it is not useful for us. Okay. So what is the physics? If I ask you a question, definitely you can say the answer. Why? Because already in your previous classes you have got some ideas about the physics. So physics is nothing but, dear students, it is branch of science, and also it is deals with the nature and natural phenomena. Okay. So while we are studying about the physics, definitely we can get the chance to studying about the nature. Full and full we are studying about the nature. Okay. So in physics, now you are studying 9th standard. In the 9th standard, especially there are 9 lessons having. Totally we are having 9 lessons. So first lesson measurement, and second lesson motion, third lesson fluids, fourth lesson electric charge and electric current, and fifth lesson magnetism and also electromagnetism, and sixth lesson light and heat. After sound, universe, it goes on like that. There are totally 9 lessons we are having. And now we are going to discuss about few topic in measurement. Okay, what is it? What is the name of first lesson? Measurement. Measurement. So in our previous session, so some other stuff, especially used to talk about some topics. So far you have discussed especially introduction of the measurement and units, SI system of units, and also physical quantities. Isn't it? Yes or no? So last we are going to discuss what you have discussed, physical quantities. Okay. So in the measurement, the last topic you have discussed physical quantities. Okay. Dear students, if I ask you a question, what are the classification of physical quantities? Definitely you can say, what is that? The physical quantities we can classify into, one is fundamental quantities, another one is derived quantities. Okay. So in this session, we are not going to discuss about the derived quantities. Full and full we are going to discuss about the fundamental quantities. Okay. So the physical quantities have been classified. One is the fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities, and second one is the derived quantities. Okay. So you know already you have studied fundamental quantities. If I ask you, definitely you can say the answer. Why? Because in your lower classes you have studied very well about the fundamental quantities. Okay. So what are the fundamental quantities? The first one is, what is that? Yeah, very good answer. What is that? Length. Second one is mass, and third one is time. Yeah. And the fourth one is, first one is length, mass, time, and the fourth one is temperature. Fifth one is what is that? Time, temperature. Afterwards, electric, current, and sixth one is luminous intensity, and the seventh one is amount of substance. Okay, fifth one. Sixth one is luminous intensity, and seventh one is amount of substance. Okay, so these are the 7 fundamental quantities. First one is length, mass, time, temperature, electric, current, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. You must know unit for these fundamental quantities. The unit of length, you know that if I ask a question you can say the answer for it. What is that? Meter. And the unit of mass, kilogram, and the unit of what is that? Time, second. The unit of temperature, Kelvin, and the unit of electric current, ampere, and the luminous intensity, candela, and the unit of amount of substance, mole. Okay, so these are the 7 fundamental quantities. So in your previous classes already have discussed about the length, so that we need not discuss about the length. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the topic name is mass. Okay. So dear students, already we have heard, which means while we are watching the movie, somebody are used to say, what is it? Always I am a master. Isn't it? Yes or no? So especially that mass is entirely different from this mass. Okay. So now we should understand, or what is it? Try to understand or learn about what is the mass in physics. Okay. So mass is nothing but, dear students, amount or quantity of matter contained in a body. Okay, amount or quantity of matter contained in a body. So here we should consider or look at one word. What is that? Matter. Okay. So already we know that amount is nothing but what is that? Quantity is nothing but amount, and contained, which means present in a body. Okay. Now matter is what is that? We should try to understand or find out the meaning for this word. Matter is nothing but, dear student, large number of smaller particle, we can say. Okay, so that is nothing but, what is it? Matter is nothing but atoms and or molecules together, that is we said to be matter. Already we know that in the universe everything made up by atom, isn't it? Yes or no? If there is no atom, there is no universe. Okay, so that's why we are saying, what is that? This is a matter. Okay, if we take any things in this world, definitely all these things made up by atom. For example, even if you take this chalkies box, even this also made up by, what is that? Atom, which means matter. Okay, so if you wanna be know, what is it? If you wanna be find out number of chalkies in this box, what should we do? We should count using by the numbers, isn't it? Yes or no? Likewise, even if you wanna be know, which means what is that? A number of, if you wanna be find out a number of atoms or molecules, which means matter, what should we do? We should use one quantity. We should need, what is that? One quantity. That quantity is nothing but mass. Okay, can you understand? So mass is nothing but, dear students, a quality or strength. What is that? Strength of the things. What is that? Contained quantity of matter contains in a body. So that is said to be mass. Okay. So SI unit of mass. What is the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass. SI unit of mass is kilogram. Okay, SI unit of mass is kilogram. Sometimes, if you ask to some persons, what is your weight? Somebody used to say, my weight is 50 kilogram or 60 kilogram, like that. So they are using kilogram, isn't it? Yes or no? Sometimes they are using what is that kilogram to indicate the weight, but it is absolutely wrong. Okay, so kilogram is full and full belongs to unit of mass. Okay, it is not belongs to unit of weight, isn't it? Yes or no? So now the SI unit of mass is kilogram. Okay, so we know that the SI unit of mass is kilogram. So what is the 1 kilogram? How can we give the definition for 1 kilogram? So 1 kilogram is nothing but, dear student, mass of the particular, what is that, international prototype of cylinder, which is made up of platinum and iridium, which is kept at where, especially international bronze weight, and what is that, measure the servers at France. Okay, so that is we said it 1 kilogram. Okay, so next, especially if you want to be measure the mass, sometimes we may use smaller quantities as well as larger quantities also. Okay, so we can, to measure the mass, we can use smaller quantities as well as larger quantities of unit. Okay, so what is the here smaller, what is that quantities of unit, especially smaller quantities. Another one is larger quantities. What are the smaller quantities of unit here? Gram and milligram. And what are the larger quantity of unit here? Quintal and metric ton. Okay, now we are going to discuss what are the smaller quantities and larger quantities step by step. Okay, so if we take out gram and milligram, which is what is the sub multiples of 10 of unit kilogram. Okay, for example, 1 gram is equal, if you want to be convert this gram into kilogram, what should we do? We should, what is that, sub multiples of 1000. Okay, which means here we are using division. No, division is here nothing but sub multiple. Okay, what is that? Sub multiple. Okay, now which is equal to, how can we write this 1000? We can convert to 10. What is 10? What is the power of 10? So what will be getting here? 1 divided by 3, and which is equal to, if it is 10 to the power of 3, it is locating in a what is that, denominator. If this goes from denominator to numerator, what will be getting? 10 to the power of minus 3 kilogram. So this is 1000 gram. So 1 gram equal to 1 divided by 1000 kilogram equal to 1 divided by, we can write this 1000 10 to the power of 3 equal to, so what is that, this division we can write like this, 10 to the power of minus 3 kilogram. So this is, we can simplify, write like this, 0.001 kilogram. Can understand, dear students? And then if you want to be converted from milligram to, what is that, milligram to kilogram. So if you want to be convert milligram to kilogram, how can we write? 1 divided by 10 lakh kilogram. So which is, what is that, write like this, 1 divided by 10 to the power of 6 kilogram. It is equal to, what is that, we can write like this, 0.00001 kilogram. Okay, in the same topic, which means mass, another one topic is there. What is that? AMU. AMU. What is the abbreviation for AMU? Atomic mass unit. Okay, so in this topic, what we are going to discuss, already you know that about the atom, dear students. So if you take out the atom, the inside the atom is called as the nucleus. So inside the nucleus there are two particles present. Okay, so one is the proton, another one is a neutron, and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Proton is the positive charge, electron is the negative charge, more charge for neutron. Okay, so now if you want to find out what is the mass of the proton, neutron, and electron, mass of proton, neutron, and electron. So we can use, how can we find out mass of the proton, neutron, and electron? We can be determined using by this atomic mass unit. So atomic mass unit is the, what is the unit of mass, and which is it is the convenient for what is that measure the mass of proton, neutron, and electron. Okay, so now one atomic mass unit equal to 1/12 of mass of carbon atom, atomic number 6, mass 12. Okay, so this is, what is that, 1, it is equal to 1 atomic mass unit. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about what is that time, another fundamental quantities, time. Okay, so what is the time? Especially time is nothing but, dear student, measure of duration of events and intervals between them. So if you are travel from Uttangarai to Tirupattur, if you want to be, what is that, know how long you are travel from Uttangarai to Tirupattur, what should you do? You should, what is that, if you want to be know about the duration, you should use some quantities. That quantities only, what is the time. Okay, so time is nothing but, dear student, measure of duration of events and intervals between them. Okay, now so we should what is that, find out unit for time. Okay, the SI unit of time is second. Okay, the SI unit of time second. Okay, now if you want to be especially what is that, define the 1 second means, how can we define it? Especially the light travel, the distance traveled by the light through the vacuum is 299,792,458 meter. Okay, so these distances traveled by human, especially light through the vacuum. What is the vacuum? Vacuum is nothing but, dear students, free space. That is said to be vacuum. This is the 1 second. Okay, so some other larger quantities also, unit also, what is there to measure the time. What are the larger quantities? Especially day, year, and millennium. Okay, what is that? Millennium. So 1 millennium equal to 3.16 into 10 to the power of 9 seconds. Okay, this is what is said to be, what is that? These things are we have discussed about the time. Okay, next we are going to discuss about the topic name as, dear students, temperature. Okay, so temperature is nothing but, dear students, measure of hotness or coldness of your body. Okay, measure of hotness and or coldness of your body. Sometimes let us consider this is a flask or some other equipments. So while we are touching that, sometimes if it will be very hot, means we can feel our sensation of what is that hotness. If we touch the ice cube or whatever, maybe some cooling what is that things, how we are feeling, we feel what is that very cold, isn't it? Yes or no? So whether hotness or coldness, this full and full what is that belongs to what is that sensation of, which means what is coldness or hotness. So here what we are going to discuss, especially in this what is the topic, temperature is nothing but measure of hotness or coldness of your body. So how much what is the temperature of hotness or how much temperature of coldness, we don't know. So during that time we should use one what is that unit, that is nothing but the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. SI unit of what is that temperature is Kelvin. Okay. Some other what is that unit also we are able to use. What are the some other what is that units? One is the other units. One is the degree Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay. So these are the some other units used to measure the temperature. Okay. Now here we know that already the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. So if you want to be defined, the 1 Kelvin is nothing but, dear students, which is defined as the fraction of 1 divided by 273.16 of the thermodynamic temperature of the triple point of the water. Okay. So here one thing you should keep in your mind: triple point of water. Okay, triple point of water. Triple point of water is nothing but, dear students, the temperature at which what is that? Especially water vapor, saturated water vapor, and pure water, and third one is the what is that melting ice or in equilibrium, that is said to be triple point of water. Okay. So one more thing, 0 Kelvin is also known as the what is that absolute zero. Okay, absolute zero. And next some other quantities also already told you what is that we can use, what is the one degree Celsius and what is that Fahrenheit. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about the topic name is unit prefixes. Okay. I think what is it about prefixes need not say here. Why? Because already you have studied in English, your English subject, prefix and suffix. Okay. So but in physics, prefix, unit prefix is nothing but, dear students, especially unit prefix is a symbol which are placed before the symbol of the unit, that is said to be unit prefixes. Okay. So which is used especially what is that mentioned the smaller and larger quantities, which is help us to what is that especially find out or indicate the smaller and larger unit. Okay. And which can be expressed in the power of positive and negative power of 10. Okay. So now we are going to discuss few about the what is the power of 10. Okay. So now power of 10 prefixes and unit. So it will be start from larger power to lesser power. Okay. Now 10 to the power of plus 15. Okay. Next 10 to the power of 12. 10 to the power of 9. And 10 to the power of 6. 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 2. 10 to the power of 1. Again 10 to the power of minus 1. 10 to the power of minus 2. 10 to the power of minus 3. 10 to the power of minus 6. 10 to the power of 10 to the power of minus 9. 10 to the power of minus 12. 10 to the power of minus 15. Okay. So prefixes for 10 to the power of 15: peta, 10 to the power of 12 tera, and 10 to the power of 9 giga, 10 to the power of 6 mega, 10 to the power of 3 kilo, 10 to the power of 2 hecto, 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 15 peta, 10 to the power of 12 tera, 10 to the power of 9 giga, 10 to the power of 6 mega, 10 to the power of 3 kilo, 10 to the power of 2 hecto, 10 to the power of 1 deca, 10 to the power of minus 1 deci, 10 to the power of minus 2 centi, 10 to the power of minus 3 milli, 10 to the power of minus 6 micro, 10 to the power of minus 9 micro nano, 10 to the power of minus 12 pico, 10 to the power of minus 15 femto. So these are the unit prefixes. So here we should mention the symbol for unit. Peta, capital P, and a unit for tera, capital T, giga, capital G, mega, capital M, kilo, small k, and hecto, small h, and deca, small da, and deci, d, and centi, c, milli, small m, micro, mu, and nano, small n, pico, small p, and femto, small f. These are the unit prefixes, dear students. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the topic names, dear students. Rules and convention for writing essay, system of units. Okay, so in this topic, dear students, especially the first one is the units named after the scientist are not written by or with a capital letter. For example, the unit of force, already you know that in the first point. The unit of force, if I ask question, you can say the answer. What is the unit of force? Newton, isn't it? Yes or no? So how should we write according to these rules and regulations? The unit of force we should write like this. So if you write like this, it is wrong, it is the right. Why? Because in the initial letter we should write with a capital letter. This is the, sorry, we should not write with a capital letter, so we should write in a small letter. Okay, this is the correct and this is the wrong. The unit of what is the electric current? Ampere. Okay, so how should we write like this? Ampere. Okay, so this is the correct. If you write like this is the wrong. Why? Because here capital letter is there. Okay, and the unit of electric power, what is that? Watt. So if you write like this is the wrong and this is the right. Why? Because here capital letter is there. Okay, initial capital letter is there. So that's why we should write like this. And second point is the symbol of the unit. The symbol of the unit named after scientist. We should not, what is that? Write. Okay, we should not write with a, what is that? We should be, what is that? We should be write with a capital letter, initial capital letter. Okay, which means in the second point, the unit of force, Newton. So if you want to be write with a symbol, we should write with a capital letter. The, what is that? N. So N is nothing but Newton. It is for Newton. The unit of electric current ampere. This is a symbol A. We should write with a capital letter, initial capital letter. A for ampere and W for watt. Okay. In the first case, we should, what is it? We should not write with a capital letter. In the second case, the symbol, while we are writing a symbol, we should write with the initial capital letter. Okay. And third point, these are the second point. And third point, the smaller letters are used as symbols for units. So if it is not derived from the proper noun, for example, small m, it is a symbol for units, symbol of the units for meter. Meter is not derived from proper, what is that, noun. So that's why we are writing here, what is that, small m. And kilogram, what is that? Kilogram. Okay, these are the third point. And the fourth point, no full stop or other punctuation mark, okay, should be used where, especially within or at the end of the symbol or units. For example, the fourth one, 50 meter. This is the correct way of writing. Suppose if you write 50 full stop meter, if you write like this, it is wrong. Or otherwise 50 meter full stop, if you write like this is also wrong. And 50 meter, if you write punctuation mark, this is also wrong. Which one is the correct? This one is the correct. And fifth one is, while we are, what is the express, what is the symbol of the units, you must, what is that? Especially, you should not write in a plural form. Okay, you should not write in a plural form. For example, 40 kilogram. You should write like this. This is the correct way. Suppose if you write like this, 40 kilograms. If you write like this, it is entirely wrong. Okay. And sixth point is, while you are, what is it? That when the temperature is expressing in Kelvin, you should omit the, what is that, degree sign. You should omit the degree signs. For examples, in the sixth one, 50 Kelvin, 50 or 30 Kelvin. This is the correct way of writing. Suppose if you write like this, 30 degree Kelvin, 30 degree Kelvin, this is the wrong. Okay. And suppose while you are, the temperature is expressing in some other units, already told you, some other units also there. So one is a degree Celsius and another is a Fahrenheit. While you are writing, so what should you do? You should include the what is that degree sign. For example, 45 degree Celsius. So here you should add the degree signs. Okay. So and what is that? 37 Fahrenheit. Here also you should add them. What is the degree sign? Okay. This is also very, very important. And seventh one, use of solidus. I recommend, which means recommended to, what is that, indicating the division of one unit of the symbol by the another unit symbol, which means, what is it? Meter per second. We can write like this, or meter second power minus 1. So no more than one solidus is used, which means, for example, joule per Kelvin per mole. So how can we write down? This is, say, especially joule, Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. We should be write this unit like this. Okay, this is also very, very important. And eighth one, the accepted unit only we should what is that, write alone, which means the unit of electric current, ampere. So we should, what is the unit of electric current? Ampere. We should write like this while we are writing the unit of electric current. Suppose if you write, this is the correct way of writing. So if you write like this, amp, this is the wrong. The unit of time is second. So if you write like this is also wrong. And ninth one, especially, so the numerical values, while you are writing, you should write out with a scientific form, which means the density of the, for example, the density of the mercury 1.36 into 10 to the power of 4 kilogram meter power minus 3. So if you write like this, what is that? 13,600 kilogram meter power minus 3. This is the entirely wrong. You should write like this. This is the correct way of view. Okay. The last point is numbers and units. While you are writing, you should be separated by the space. You should be separated by the space. For example, 15 kilogram meter second power minus 1. 15. So 15 is nothing but numbers, and the kilogram meter second power minus 1 is a unit. There is no place. We are not giving the place in between these numbers and unit. If you write like this is the entirely wrong. And how should we write? 15, we should give the place, and kilogram meter second power minus 1. Okay, so these are the rules and convention for writing SI system of units, dear students. So far we have discussed, okay, in physical quantities, especially fundamental, length, mass, time, temperature, these and all. Okay, and next rules and convention for the writing SI system of units, units of prefixes. Okay, so next session we will be discuss some other topic. Okay, very nice to see you, dear students, through these online classes. Okay, stay home and stay safe.